And welcome to Around the Table. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning right here in Harrison, Arkansas. And if you're just flipping through the channels or going through the dials, you have landed on Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
You have. Lucky you.
Good morning, Ann.
Good morning, Dan.
And how wast thou?
You know, I'm good, actually.
Okay.
Last day of therapy today.
Okay.
Although I'm not going to be pain free, I'm better.
What kind of therapy are you getting into?
It was actually for my back.
Oh, your back therapy.
My sacroiliac joint.
That's way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they give me exercises, you know, if I'll do them at home, it'll probably help me keep.
Now, what do you got? Have a sciatic thing, or what do you?
It can lead it.
Develop into that?
No, it's a sacroiliac. It's in the
Sacro.
joint. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Could
you know how it is. It made perfect sense to me when my doctor or anyone else has said, you have to realize that you overcompensate on other areas that cause problems that may not be the original problem. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of stories where somebody has a problem with their left knee, and they end up having problems on the right side.
Well, because you favor it.
Yeah, you compensate.
So it's it's complicated.
So this is your last day of therapy.
This is my last one. I'm not, like I said, I'm not pain free, and I won't be probably. I just have to learn how to live with it. And there's certain exercises I know I cannot do anymore because it aggravates it every time. But you know, within 24 hours, usually it's better.
Okay.
It's just weird. Anyway, so I get released today.
Okay, then you can go into psychotherapy later.
Psycho?
Yeah.
I'll probably need that now. Don't you reckon?
You've needed it for years.
Do you think?
Yeah. I diagnosed you many, many years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your diagnosis, sir?
Psycho.
Doctor.
Psycho.
Dr. Dan.
Psycho.
Just psycho.
Psycho.
Okay.
It's pretty quick
I don't
and
even
simple.
know.
You know, I've been walking around a long time with this ability to know.
You know, I forgot to look for something last night. I found my mom put stuff in my baby book. Well, when she passed away and we cleaned out her house, I brought it all home. And she had this little ad out of the Harrison Daily Times that was you and me. And it said, is this the new Regis and Kathy Lee?
Oh,
it
really?
was like from 2006.
Oh, really?
So it was from our 2005. I think we began 2005.
We made it to the paper?
We made it to the paper.
And where's our career?
Of course, that was 20 years ago. But
where's our career now?
It's right here, Dan. It's as good as you're working with a psycho.
Oh, my gosh. I don't remember that.
Well, I'll have to find it.
That's funny.
It was kind of cute. It was like your hair was not white.
Right, and I had some hair.
You did have hair, and I don't really honestly remember you with
with hair.
No.
And the question was, is this the new Regis and
Kathy
Lee? And the emphatic answer is no.
No, it is not.
Oh, boy.
It's still not.
It's still not. Okay.
Oh, me.
All right. Well, it was a little cooler this morning.
Yes, but yesterday was phenomenal.
Did you spend most of your time outside?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I groomed the dog. I cleaned out the chicken coop, all that stuff that I don't like doing.
You must be low in vitamin D.
Dude, I need my vitamin D.
Yeah, you need your vitamin D.
I do, very much.
Anyway.
Well, okay.
Looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy today, though, high near 54 degrees.
Yeah.
Patchy fog for the overnight after 1 a.m. So if you're really wanting to watch some fog, set your alarm for 1 o'clock and go out and take a look.
And watch it.
Wednesday, 20% chance of showers moves into the area before 11 a.m. Patchy fog before 9 a.m. Otherwise cloudy with a gradually becoming mostly sunny with a high near 68 degrees. That's nice. And then Wednesday night, 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy with a low around 61 degrees.
61 for the low.
61 for the low. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 75.
I'll be back outside.
75. And then Thursday, low 42. And then Thursday night, low 42.
Do I get to talk yet?
Well, we could after I do Friday. Friday, partly sunny with a high near 54.
And Friday night will be mostly cloudy with a low of 45, twerp. Saturday, a 20% chance of showers before noon. and then a high of 73. So it might be a nice day to be out. Saturday night, a 20% chance of rain, and a Sunday, a slight chance of rain and snow. And that isn't that Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, 20% chance of precipitation. I read somewhere where we may get some
snow.
Some snow.
Maybe.
And then mostly cloudy with a low 28 Sunday night, and 20% chance of rain on Monday with a high of 44.
We still have quite a few days to go in winter.
We do, and I know a lot of I don't know if it's the Farmer's Almanac, but a lot of the forecast way back from when said we were going to get snow.
Right.
Like this season, and we've had one. So
one good snow.
If that comes to fruition,
we had two snows. Yeah, we had two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's not a lot though.
It's not a lot, but we still have. I'm not sure where we're at on precipitation.
Amounts
if we're
and stuff.
above average, low average, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I know we had some drought this summer, last summer. Yeah, and it was really bad. So we're probably lower. Probably for the average, we're low.
We're
anyway,
in need. We're needy.
We're
just
always needy. Well, it'd be a lot different if you lived on another planet. You'd be complaining about entirely different things. So.
Wow. Way to randomly add that.
Well,
I was trying to segue into something and I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
No.
Okay. You want to segue into who's going to be our guest today?
Yeah, okay. You want to talk about it?
Rosendo Moreno?
Moreno, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. But we're going to be...
I'm waiting to see what he does.
Well, it takes a little while for him to understand. Anyway, he's going to be talking about the Harrison Youth Wrestling.
Yes. So,
did you wrestle when you were in high school? Did they have a?
They had a ladies. They had a child.
They had a ladies' child wrestling match.
They had I can't even go there. No, they did not.
They didn't have wrestling in your high school.
They still don't. They still don't.
They had wrestling in my high school. And
did you wrestle?
I didn't do it. I mean, it was a phys ed.
Yeah.
Phys ed thing you had to go through, like 6 weeks or whatever. And I learned a lot of moves. Now, if I did those moves today, you'd hear a lot of groaning and screaming and pain. And anyway, he's going to be talking about the Harrison Youth Wrestling and find out where it's at, how you can get involved, and what they're doing. Be kind of interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to find that out for real.
Anyway, our topics to ponder this week have been about food or health, food and or health, and health. So I'm going to have to load those. Sorry.
Oh, darn it, y'all. Topics to ponder. Food and health. These are all things that affect each and every one of us.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay, and yesterday caused a little stir.
It did.
Because I mentioned Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yes, and I had a response from someone that is kin to me. Anyway, he said, and he was right. It was my brother.
Right.
And he said that I
guess he would be kin to you.
Yeah. He feels like Robert F. Kennedy will not. I mean, he had an opposing opinion about it. Mm-hmm. But and he was right about this. My dad was a pediatrician. He was like the first pediatrician here in Harrison, and he fought hard to get the polio vaccine here and other vaccinations. And I don't discredit any of that by any means.
Sure.
And I think, the polio, I think some need to be, I'm not, okay. Robert F. Kennedy, I don't think is necessarily saying we're not going to do vaccines.
Right.
I think he just wants to make it transparent what's in them.
He has said that he is a proponent of vaccines. He supports vaccines.
Well, then why is the news, all the people, or no, this is Facebook news, but why are they all saying he wants vaccines gone?
I think that there's some vaccines that he feels like are not necessary, and you need to research them more. He had talked about blacks are more susceptible to a vaccine than whites are because of their genetic makeup. And he was just trying to bring that up as it affects them differently if you give them that vaccine. It's going to affect them differently. And should we just do that?
Do that across the board, or should we individualize?
And he was saying that babies should not be vaccinated in the first 2 or 3 days.
Dude, that's, and they put stuff in their eyes that doesn't need to be put
That's
in
what he's talking about.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. I
So,
think
okay.
it's a blanket thing, and I think that people
No.
are just using it to,
Bash him or something?
yeah, because they don't like him. You need to ask the question first. Do you like this guy? Do you do you have faith that he's going to do what he says he's going to do? And if you say no, I don't have any faith, then your opinion is going to be a lot different than
Right.
somebody that's unbiased.
That's true.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Well, there you go.
today's topic to ponder is: do you believe our health and nutrition standards in the United States are excellent or inferior?
I think they're inferior.
I think they're inferior too.
I think
Well-
we need. Well, you look at what's in our food that
Well,
we eat every day. Tell me
yes.
that's not inferior.
Yes, and as a whole, the United States is more obese than the rest of the
There's
world.
proven fact. I mean, there's there's proof that we are more obese, and you can call it what you want as to why that is. But I also think that some of the foods that we eat processed lead us to be hungry faster. I
yeah.
think it's a downward spiral, very much so. Mm-hmm. So,
Yes. So we want to know what your thoughts are. Ignore what we think.
well, yeah,
We wanna know
we're
what
not-
you think.
We want your opinion, not ours
Yes.
regurgitated to us.
Do you believe our health and nutrition standards in the United States are excellent or inferior?
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know. Please go to our Facebook page, Around the Table on Facebook, and find the graphic with the topic to ponder. Do you believe our health and nutrition standards in the U.S. are excellent or inferior?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
wanna know.
We have some answers, but I'm not going to.
You want to?
You want to read any?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
they're all lengthy.
Okay.
I think the general consensus is
We could do better.
okay. I can't read all that right
That's
now.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you're interested in what other people are saying, go read.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's do. Now these first three are about the same topic, so we're just going to run these back to back. How about that?
Dan, let's do.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
Okay.
Heard what were gunshots. I heard her pleading, please no, not me, or words to that effect.
The thing that really bothers me is that they took a 19-year-old girl and hold her as a hostage for something that they may or may not think that I've done.
I've been given the choice of 1, being released in a safe area, or 2, joining the forces of the Symbionese Liberation Army. I have chosen to stay and fight.
Wow. So all these were to do with Patricia Hearst. 51 years ago, newspaper heiress Patricia Hearst was kidnapped from her apartment in Berkeley, California, by members of the Symbionese Liberation Army. And those were accounts from her neighbor and also from Randolph Hearst and Patricia Hearst herself.
That was her father, Randolph
Yeah.
Hearst. He was
Yeah.
a big newspaper mogul
Yeah.
back in the day. Okay. And then 42 years ago, back in 1983, singer Karen Carpenter died in Downey, California at the age of 32 from complications that accompanied were her eating disorder. Close to You is one of her songs, is one of the many hits Carpenter had together with her brother Richard played
You know,
that thousands and millions loved.
I think that 42 years ago, we probably didn't know a lot about eating disorders. Not near as much as we do now, I think. So, I mean, she looks skinny, but I never would have said, oh, she's got an eating
Yeah,
disorder.
you would never know.
Right. Anyway,
Our family is grateful for a verdict of responsibility, which is all we ever wanted.
28 years ago, a civil jury in Santa Monica, California, found O.J. Simpson liable for the deaths of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. Goldman's father, Fred, was very thankful.
When we first launched, we were hoping for, maybe 400, 500 people. Harvard didn't have a Facebook, so that's the gap that we were trying to fill.
Wow. 21 years ago today, this is Mark Zuckerberg launched what was called back then the Facebook. He later recalls his initial goals were modest and just to connect the school kids there at the college. Turned out different.
The kickoff of the 24th Winter Olympiad was muted by politics and a pandemic that left the stadium less than half full. 2 Chinese skiers lit the Olympic cauldron before a crowd without any American diplomats, absent in a show of protests against China's record on human rights.
Okay, 3 years ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping declared the Winter Olympics open at a ceremony at Beijing's Bird Nest Stadium. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yuccas was the one that was reporting.
Boom!
Yeah, this was 2 years ago. The U.S. military shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the coast of Carolina on orders from President Joe Biden after it traversed sensitive military sites across North America. Many Twitter users were able to see it happen live.
Wasn't this the one that went from
all the way across the
Okay,
United States?
okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Very troubling.
Yeah.
It doesn't help matters when primetime TV has Murphy Brown, a character who supposedly epitomizes today's intelligent, highly paid professional woman, mocking the importance of fathers.
Dan Quayle was born this day in 1947. He is 78 years old. One of the great controversies of the 1992 election erupted when the then vice president had this to say about a fictional TV single mother.
And another birthday cut, rock singer Alice Cooper is born on this day in 1948. He is 77 years old today. His hits include School's Out.
School's Out. Yeah, that one. Okay, country singer Clint Black was born this day in 1962. He's 63. He was one of the many artists heard on Common Thread, an album of country singers doing versions of songs made popular by the Eagles.
And then also Australian singer Natalie Imbruglia. Imbruglia?
Sounds good to me
Yeah,
now.
was born on this day in 1975. 50 years ago, she had a massive hit in 1998 called Torn.
Okay. Singer Davin DeGraw was born this day in 1977. He's 48. There you go. Happy
That's it.
birthday.
That's
Whatever.
it. That's all.
That is it.
We're going to take our first break, and we have Rosendo Moreno.
Rosendo.
Oh, Rosendo.
I think. I don't know.
Rosendo. We'll find out exactly.
For any debauchery of the name. We will ask him as soon as he gets in here.
Yeah, and he's going to be talking about the Harrison Youth Wrestling. We'll find out all about that in just a few minutes. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening and watching Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
96.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We have a interesting guest in the studio. We've got wrestling here in Harrison, which I had no idea about.
Same.
Rosendo Moreno is here.
And you
Welcome.
go by Rosie, or would you rather call us Rosendo?
You can call me Rosie. I've had that name since I was 12. My Little League coach gave that to me.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
he couldn't
All right.
He couldn't say
Well,
Rosendo.
since we know you now, you know so well.
Yeah, everybody calls me Rosie. That's right.
Rosie.
Yeah, what position did you play when you were playing Little League?
I was outfielder. believe it or
Outfielder?
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right field?
Left
Because
field.
that's
field.
that's
Left
where
field.
I was going to say you were
Yeah.
good then because they
You were
put me
good.
in the right field because I sucked
Oh,
so
is
bad.
that how it works? Yeah, I was left fielder.
All right. I know they've got a big wrestling thing going on over in Mountain Home because we have
okay.
a station over there, and one of the guys that works with us over there, he's a coach for the wrestling team over there. Is this new to Harrison?
Well, I've been coaching up north. I call Chicago up north for 13 years. I came here, retired, and I was looking to coach again.
Really?
So,
wow.
I looked up Harrison, and they sent me to Harrison, Ohio. So I'm like, nah, I don't want to go there.
No.
Whoops.
So then I found that Berryville had a team. So I went and
Yeah.
helped there last year, but the travel back and forth, and it was like,
Yeah.
why doesn't Harrison have a wrestling team? And I saw some comments on internet. So I said, well, let me see if I can do something. So I went to Texas and got this shirt as motivation. So it's been going on for 2 years.
You're committed
that's
now.
funny.
So yeah, so I just why not? Why not Harrison? So here we are. And
Yeah.
man, it's just been taken off. We're excited. You know.
Wow.
Now, have you wrestled?
I wrestled in high school.
Okay.
My brothers also.
You wrestled your brothers, or did they wrestle?
we wrestled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're a wrestling family. My brother is head coach at the girls in high school.
Oh,
He runs the
okay.
Oh,
girls.
okay.
My nephew wrestles. My grandson, I'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're a wrestling family.
So
Nice.
you came here and you did what to instigate this whole?
Well, like I said, I was in
Thing.
Berryville, and then I said, let me see what I can do. So I was here, pounding the pavement, looking what I could
Right.
do. And I had a place
Oh,
where we could practice. But
Well,
the
that's
obstacle,
huge.
Yeah. The obstacle was wrestling mats. Because you
Oh, the
had
mats.
The mats.
Oh, okay.
So, I was spinning my wheels, and all of a sudden it was like, you know what? I'll just go back to Berryville. All I want to do is coach.
Yeah.
right.
So then this gentleman, Daniel, had messaged me a month or so before, and I didn't get back to him because nothing was going on.
Right.
So then I decided to go back to Berryville, and I said, you know what, let me get in contact with this man and thank him for reaching out, and
Sure.
just out of respect. So I texted him back, and he goes, hey, where are you at? And I was telling him, he goes, let's meet. So I believe in everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
So we met, and I thought it was just going to be me and him. So he shows up with his entourage, his people. And I'm like, uh-oh, something's going on here. So we talked, and, they said, do your thing. And so we talked, and then all of a sudden, Eric reached over, shook my hand, and said, let's do it.
Wow.
So they invited me. We go out of Rogue Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the old Winkler
Oh, yeah.
building.
Yes.
So we went there, and it's. I think we met on a Wednesday. We were practicing that next Monday.
Wow.
So we
yeah.
really didn't, recruit or anything. So we just let's do it.
Wow.
And 35 kids later, all registered with USA Wrestling.
It was a need for sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the problem we got, these guys are registered, meaning they have to pay for the insurance card, USA Wrestling card, to
Oh,
compete.
okay.
And we lost a lot of kids because financial.
Yes.
So
Right.
our goal is to eventually be paying for all that stuff. So we got the state tournament coming up in a couple of weeks on the 15th. So the team is going to pay the entry fee for all the
that's cool.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. And
Wow.
the parents have been great, coaches. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. 3/4 of our coaches are veterans. We didn't plan it that way, but just
Are they all from Harrison area, or did some of them come from other places that you are aware of?
Yeah, most of them are from here, but anybody can come. Bergman, I'm learning the area. Like I said, 2 years.
Well, there's Bergman, Lead Hill, there's Alpena. There's
Well,
surrounding.
we plan on recruiting Alpena all the areas next year because we want to be more prepared.
But you got to start here, I guess, where it's going to
Yeah,
reside.
so-
and
Yeah, so the goal is to be the feeder program for high school. Doesn't have it here. Harrison doesn't
yeah,
have it.
is that something that would ever interest you to?
Yeah, so hopefully we're the feeder program if it ever, if there's enough interest, they might pick it up.
Well, with jiu-jitsu and MMA and all of those, I mean, be a shoe-in for
I think so.
the schools to offer that.
Yeah. Well, if you go on our webpage,
which is
Harrison Youth Wrestling.
Okay.
The thing that I want you to see is how much fun these kids are having.
Okay.
And we've had success, and they're smiling, and everybody's showing. Not everybody shows up every week, but we get at least a minimum of 7-8 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Now, where are you? If someone wants to come to your facility, where is it located?
It's the Old Winkler, and it's the Rogue Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 805 Cottonwood Road here in Harrison.
So you turn there in the center, and there's probably a sign on the outside somewhere.
Well, no, you gotta go inside. We're on the second floor.
Oh,
and there's signs inside the building, but nothing yet on the outside.
Okay.
So, but that's what.
But you're calling it Harrison Youth Wrestling as far as the title of it.
Yes. The mayor's behind us, and tomorrow I see Chuck Eddington.
Yes.
At Creekside. So
maybe you can do some
tournaments. They're interested in tournaments.
Are they planning on doing tournaments at
Creekside?
At Creekside.
That's what we're planning. But here again is the mats.
Yeah.
The big thing. So.
Right.
Is that a fundraiser you'd like to?
Well, we were going to go for sponsorship and fundraisers this coming summer. The season ends the 15th, but not for management. Our management. We're going to be behind the scenes doing stuff.
Okay.
Right.
So we've had some sponsors help us out. So throughout the years, that helped us, get singlets and just get going.
Yeah. Well, this is a kid involved. I mean, so I would see where a lot of people would be involved with that. How many mats do you need, and what's the cost of those mats?
An average tournament, you have 3 mats, average 40 by 40.
That's big.
Yeah, they're big. So, they're full-size mats, and then they divide them up to end up with maybe like 8.
Okay. So you need 8 40 by 40s.
No, just 3, and then we
can
divide them up.
Oh, okay.
But an average 500 kids show up. So you start early in the morning and end at night. So it's a big deal. It's becoming a big deal.
So this is a costly thing
it is.
for sure for the mats is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I've.
If you have a heart, wait. Go ahead.
I was going to say I've got some family members over in the Bearville area that are involved with the wrestling part of it, and both their son and daughter. So it's not just for boys.
No, we have 5 girls on our team.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We have a 57-year-old, 57-pound 6-year-old. She's killing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's killing it. So she's
gonna
like our star.
whoop somebody.
Well, and don't they fight each other, or not fight, but wrestle each other?
They wrestle each other unless there's not enough girls, and they go into an open. They call it. There's open and novice, and then girls division, which is growing a lot in Arkansas.
And you talk about women's men going into women's sports. This is totally different. This is technique. This is leverage. This is so girls can compete on an equal basis.
Well, here's what happened just this last week. The NCAA approved Division I, Division II, Division III program for women, for girls. So just like the men, they're going to have their own teams.
Wow.
So so
nice.
It's going to be competition.
Yeah.
So it's fast growing for the women.
Yeah.
Wow.
And altogether for Arkansas.
Yeah.
So.
Now, as a coach, do you get down on the mats and do you teach, or?
Well,
I know you're an older guy.
I'm 67 years old, so I try, and I hurt the next day. But Daniel, he's pretty good. He's a young guy, so we'll go over what we're gonna do, and if I can do them, I'll do them. If not,
how did those guys hear about you, Rosie? I mean, I guess I would call it a God thing, but I don't know. But.
Well, just I guess word of mouth, and just pushing, and
That's
I
amazing.
belong to some groups, Elks, Lions, American Legion. So I was talking to them, and it gets out, and
That's great.
So
that's cool.
Well, okay, if someone's listening, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, it's number one is Harrison Youth Wrestling, and then I have Rosendo A. Moreno Jr., where you can look at the pictures and stuff. So
Okay, you can go to that on Facebook and
Yes.
get more information, but also harrisonyouthwrestling.com. Is that your website? Or do you have
at gmail.com? Yes.
Oh, okay. So, you don't have a website. You have an email. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. At gmail.com for more information. But
and if we do, I don't know about it. Summer.
I bet you don't if you didn't do it.
Actually, Summer, she's the one behind the scenes. She runs the program. She, gets me and Daniel just coach. That's all,
That's all you want to do.
Yeah. So she does a lot of the behind the scenes, and she's really great.
Wow.
Those unsung
So
heroes.
what do you have to do to get it going in the high school, in the schools?
Well,
is there anything that community can do to help to say,
well,
hey, we really want this, or
hopefully
something?
show up for school meetings.
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Pratt is a lion, so I don't want to push him, and I kid with him and stuff. We said
gently.
We said we're gonna sit down and talk and discuss it. And,
That's where it starts.
Yes. So hopefully, like I said, we'd like to be the feeder program for the high school, because
right
now we have 5 high school kids eligible to wrestle on our team. So sophomore and under, freshman and sophomore, so they can wrestle with us. So and here's my point: what are these kids that are wrestling for us now? What are they going to do? Not everybody plays football and basketball.
That's true.
Yeah.
And now you're talking girls sports. So
yeah.
Wow.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
That's amazing.
Oh, we're glad you came on.
Well, I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah. Would you come back sometime when you got an update
Especially
for
when
us?
you've got when you have a fundraiser or something, I would like for you to come back so that we can help the
We
community.
want to get you some mats.
How they can help. Yeah.
We'd
love to have
so awesome.
Yeah.
Because tournaments are big fundraisers.
Yeah.
That's the main one for everybody.
That's why you train and you enjoy. The kids will train however long and want to do that competition. I'm sure. So
yeah, the kids. I have baseball players, football players, basketball players that are on our team. And we, as the American Legion, we do flag folding. So the teachers come up. Oh, you're that wrestling guy. This kid is in my class. His attitude has changed. Because of wrestling. So, it helps out.
There's a discipline there that they might not get elsewhere as well.
Personal responsibility, stuff like that. So,
can people buy shirts?
Growth? Yeah, they. I forget the name. Little impact tees.
Okay.
No, well, not this one. This is a personal, like I said, motivator. But we do have T-shirts with our logo and stuff. So.
All right. Any way you can help.
Yes, that'd be great.
Hey, Moreno, we thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you,
Rosie, and we'll ask you to come back.
Yes, I certainly will.
All right.
And look them up on Facebook, Harrison Youth Wrestling, and especially if you're listening and you think your child might be involved, or I guess you could take any age. If I wanted to, you'd take me. No.
Hold on. I'm Mexican, so I can get you a birth certificate.
Uh-oh.
So we have 6-year-old up to 15.
Okay, so, up to 15.
Up to 15.
Okay, up to 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So
you can. Hey,
there is a cutoff.
And you can go watch.
You can come.
There you
back.
go.
Yeah, you know what? You guys are welcome. Like I said, 2 weeks left. We practice Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We show up just to goof around.
Okay.
What time are your practices?
Mondays are, let me see here, 4 to 5.
Okay.
Wednesdays 4 to 6. And then Friday 5 to 6:30.
Okay.
So, and
can anybody come out and look?
Yeah, the mayor. Okay. The mayor was up there talking to the group early in the season. So
good.
Like I said, he's behind us, and
cool.
Hopefully it takes off.
All right.
So
that's
Thanks,
awesome.
Rosie.
We've had fun. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Z.
Hey, and welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. That was Rosendo Moreno.
Yeah.
That was our last guest, and he was with the Harrison Youth Wrestling. If you're interested in that, reach out to him. He's on Facebook under Harrison Youth Wrestling.
Yeah.
Check that out.
There's lots of pictures on there. I kind of went and,
Oh, really?
gandered a bit on the Harrison Youth Wrestling page. And
Good.
yeah, there's several.
Sounds like something,
I think that's a worthy, a good I don't know.
Well,
sport.
Youth in town, they always complain. As you get older, you say, well, there's nothing for the youth to do in town.
Well, here's an option.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a sport, but it's a different kind of sport.
Yeah.
It's
not your traditional.
It's a technical kind of sport, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
Let's see. Valentine's Day is coming up. Have you thought about what bouquet of flowers you're going to get for Richard?
I'm not getting any flowers, but
Oh, well, he may appreciate. You need to surprise him.
I'm getting him something.
Or
I'll surprise him. I'm not going to say it on here. What if he's listening? So there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it
I
out
think
loud.
I'd get him a big bowl of flowers.
I'm going to get him a big bowl of cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese.
Don't ask
Well,
me
you
why
can
I said that.
you can neuter your ex during Valentine's Day.
Well, I don't think I'm going to
neutering.
choose to do that this Valentine's Day, but okay. Thank you for the.
Well,
Tell
if you
us about that,
if
Dan.
you have an ex that you want to, if you want to get revenge on one of your exes, you can still and still be a good person, and you have a dog or a cat that you've named after your ex.
Yeah.
You can just basically go to a place like Heaven Can Wait Animal Haven, and get them neutered,
Neuter an animal in honor of your ex.
and they'll do it on Valentine's Day for free. So
Okay. Good to know, I guess.
good to know.
Hey, you know what? And if you have a tattoo of your ex on you,
Yeah.
you can go in and take a scripto marker and they'll X it out for you while you're delivering your pet to be neutered.
And it's permanent. It's permanent.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a story here that's a little strange. It says school-age kids are not toilet trained.
This is concerning to me, but
School readiness is becoming a big problem for teachers in the UK. A new British study found that some kids entering school are not even toilet trained.
wow.
These were 5-year-old kids. Some even sit up because
Can't
they
even sit.
can't even sit up because they have no core strength, while others have no motor skills.
Wow.
What are they doing to these kids? At first, they thought these were COVID babies who weren't socialized or exercised. But it's been 5 years. Experts say the problem is actually too much screen time and not enough exercise time.
So you're using screen time as
Did your mom or dad ever, or your mom or dad or whoever, say, get outside and
oh yeah, my mom would
Yeah.
go outside and do something.
yeah? What did you have that replaces your
Screen?
phone? Yeah, like a screen.
What
did you do?
Okay, not that I was super happy about it because I'm not a super sports person.
Yeah.
But I'd have to go out and play horse with my brother on the basketball goal.
Yeah.
And also, we'd play baseball in the backyard. And I'd
that's
be the
all
getting
boy
girl,
stuff,
and it was
though, right?
yeah. And I'd play dolls and stuff, but that was usually indoors. And
Would
we'd
he
go
play
ride
doll
our
with
bike.
you?
We would go ride our bikes. We had 35 acres. We would go walk through the wood. You know, him and I would just go explore sometimes, and I don't
Yeah.
know, just.
Did he ever play dolls with you?
He had a G.I. Joe doll. No,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. That was a while back. I don't really recall how much he played. I don't think he played with me a lot in that respect. But, we had chemistry sets. We had weird stuff. I don't remember if I ever dressed him up when I played dress up, but God love him if I did.
It'd be nice to show pictures of him
Well, I don't.
if you had those.
I do have a picture of him with his laying on my dad was a doctor, so we were used to, we didn't have to go anywhere to get shots necessarily. Now, he died when I was 5, so this is a limited amount of time.
Right.
But my brother's laying on face down on a bed with his little pants down, and I'm giving him a shot. That's
we play
what
a
did.
doctor.
We're playing doctor.
Oh my gosh.
But you notice who was giving the shots.
Oh, well, absolutely.
The nurse.
Yeah, pull your pants down. I'm going to give you a shot. Oh,
me.
you know, real estate values could lose over $1 trillion because of climate change. I've read this. I've got to read this because I'm not sure where it's going. But there's bad news for the real estate industry. A new report says that climate change could totally erase almost $1.5 trillion from property values by 2055. And it's all because Americans are moving further away from areas with high risk or natural disasters. It's because it's called climate abandonment, and 55 million people are predicted to move over the next 30 years because of it. The Midwest is expected to gain a ton of residents, while cities in the South, Southwest, and West could lose the most. And I wish they would have listed some of the risk of natural disasters.
Yeah.
Because I would have liked to have seen. I know that out California, there's fires, but those have been going on before even people were there.
Right.
Because of the region.
Right.
So I wonder how much of that is natural disasters, climate change. I don't know how that equates, but anyway.
We don't know enough. We don't have enough information on this
We don't
story.
have enough scientists to tell us yay or nay.
I also want to mention, you know, since I have a grandson that's a baby and it's going to start teething here, let me just tell all you grandparents or parents or whatever, check your diaper bags. Gerber is recalling and discontinuing a teething product after parents complained about choking problems. It's the Soothe and Chew, and they're edible teething sticks that kind of look like a dog bone for your baby. But don't use them. Take them back to the store for a refund, because I don't know if they're splintering off. I don't know. It doesn't really go into what the problem is, but there's been at least one emergency room visit anyway that was reported so far. So
you know, and they're still talking about airbags, defective airbags.
Well, how can they be? Why are they defective?
I don't know. There was I don't have it in front of me, but I can't remember what manufacturer, but they're still having trouble with airbags. You know, I had a 2008 Honda Element, and I kept getting notices for that. And that was 2008.
What kind of, like they are?
Well, the steering wheel airbag would explode, and it would send shrapnel through your body, metal pieces or plastic pieces.
Why are there metal pieces in an airbag?
Well, I'm not sure why. But they're with enough force that it would penetrate your body and could kill you.
So you didn't have that go? You didn't experience that?
No.
Okay.
No. But
Wow.
It's not only that, but it's the manufacturer of that airbag.
Okay,
Put them
do
in
you
millions
feel
of
like
cars.
it's... Oh, never mind. I'm not going to go into it.
Talking about damage and possible, objects being flown across the room and injuring you. There was assault with a deadly fruit.
A drive-by fruiting.
A drive-by fruit. A Florida man was busy, so a Florida woman had to step in. A 22-year-old stripper was arrested for hitting a 7-Eleven store clerk with a banana.
Okay.
She hit her and split.
It was a banana split.
Oh my gosh. And while that may sound like not much of a crime, she was already on probation for stealing $800 worth of stuff from Walmart and failing to do her community service. I guess she had chose the banana as a weapon of opportunity since slushies were probably too far away at the time. Police say the banana was not seized as evidence. So,
wow.
I think we need to get that banana. There may be some DNA on it that would put her free. Could be someone else that did the crime.
Did you read that next one?
No.
About the caretaker?
No, you can.
It's horrible. A 19-year-old caretaker in Georgia was arrested after allegedly posting videos of herself online dancing in a dirty way on top of a disabled patient. This person, okay, there's no words. A social media watchdog saw the video and called the cops. I would too. That's just not cool. Police arrested her and charged her with one felony account of exploitation of a disabled person. The caretaker posted another video saying it's not how it looks and it's all about the ankle.
Oh.
Okay, well, why would you do that in the first place? Because you're the one videoing, evidently. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to know. I want to see the video before all that happened.
What do you mean?
Because the patient may have
said, "Hey,
asked, would you dance inappropriately on?"
I mean, We don't know. This is all the information we have, which is very vague in the big scheme of things.
With that said, we need to take a break, and we're coming back with some more for you from around the table.
Zombie spiders.
And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. The most important part is that Dan is here. Ann is just filler for the most part.
Wow, I'm just going to sit here and be filler quietly. Please continue.
You going to throw something at me?
Not yet. What if it landed in between? I would feel bad if I stabbed your eye.
Oh, Oh, don't. I've got glasses. You could have come over here and get me. Okay. Well, I have to keep it real every now and then.
Do you? You got to bring me down till I get up here, and you got to go. Oh, I got.
Did you deflate a little bit?
Deflate her a little.
Did you deflate a little bit?
No. It did not bother me one bit.
It didn't phase you. You know better.
No, it doesn't.
I love you.
I love you too.
Funny.
So
we have a good time here.
A fungus. There's a fungus turning spiders.
Now you're. Oh, not me personally.
You're a fungus.
Okay.
Oh, wow. A fungus named after David Attenborough is zombifying cave spiders that hide in dark places in Ireland. The fungus takes control of their brains, and they go outside to spread it around and then die.
Oh.
Luckily, the fungus only affects bugs, not humans, or no zombie apocalypse for now. But, bird flu, you think about bird flu.
Yeah.
Humans can get bird flu, right? Am I right about that, or am I wrong?
It hasn't jumped yet.
Okay.
It haven't went over, but I know.
But don't you think those things are probably gonna? I don't know.
The whole world is full of fungus. I mean, that's
fungus
That's
among
how
us.
some plants start as a fungus, like moss. Isn't
Yeah.
that a Didn't it start out as a fungus? And
That's how I started.
yeah.
I started out as fungus, and here I am.
Well.
Huh.
So is this going to get worse, or is it just?
It doesn't really.
Doesn't show where, but global warming.
No,
or
it
anything?
just says
Didn't
no
start-
apocalypse for now.
Okay.
So no zombie right now.
Well,
also,
they need to get a shot for that. These
Do
bugs, they needs to get immunized.
did back when we were I think when our kids were younger, we really didn't have a lot of problems with cell phone usage at school or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you have strict rules about your phone use with kids, just know they ignore them while they're at school. A major new study found students spend an average of 92 minutes on their smartphones during a typical school day while at school. What are they doing? The study shows mostly Instagram and texting. So no, they're not on there looking up stuff for school. While at school, aren't they supposed to be learning? Yes, they are. So, Sarah Sanders, I saw something on the news about where doesn't she want to take cell phones out of?
Yeah, I think some schools do take them out. They won't allow them in the school.
And I read a feedback on someone that I know who said, well, it's very comforting to her as a parent to know that, like Life 360 or Find My Friends, whatever, you know exactly where your kid is,
Right.
especially if there's some threat. And also that they could immediately text and say, I'm okay, anything like that. So I get that, but we grew up without any of that security too.
And didn't you go out as a teenager without a cell phone in your car? And your mom...
I was supposed to call her.
My mom
and
would
check
always
in.
tell me, she said, make sure you got some change in case you need to call me. Because they had public phones everywhere. But, of course, they don't have them now.
Right.
I get it. I think we're coddled in a little way by having too much technology, though, especially in school.
What's wrong with having, it says some kids are supposed to put them in their backpacks and not get them out. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I understand the scare part, but how often does that happen?
Yeah, it helps. Yeah. Well, that's the time that it does happen that you're going to lose your mind over if they don't have.
And I get, but like I say, we didn't have. I don't remember any threats during my school years, but it would be nice to have known that I could communicate with someone. But anyway.
No, I think there should be some rules to not have your phone while you're in class.
Do not, but this whole deal with being on Instagram or texting or whatever is not appropriate.
Cool.
Not appropriate.
It's World Cancer Day.
Oh.
Also Rosa Parks Day. Remember the civil rights leader who defied a racist law. It ignited a national protest. She was eventually fined $10 in Montgomery, Alabama for refusing to give up her seat for a white passenger on a city bus. Today would have been her birthday. Several states remember her on December 1st, the day of her arrest.
Oh, okay.
Friends Day, Facebook's birthday. We already talked about that earlier.
National Thank a Mail Carrier Day. Thank you, Steve
Thank
Grinder,
you.
for being my mail carrier. National Hemp Day. International Eggplant Day. Are you an eggplant fan?
I don't know that I've ever had an eggplant.
I've had it. I'm just not crazy about it, I guess. All right,
Probably
we're done.
why I'm not.
We'll be back tomorrow for what day?
Hump Day. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.